8. And under fractions, it is adding and subtracting them. Adding, subtracting, and put another one there, comparing fractions. Adding, subtracting, comparing. I believe we actually wrote these rules down, but here's the deal. If you are given two fractions to add, let's say, or subtract, 1/8 plus 1/2. In your notes, I'm sure you have, the first rule is always to, Brianna?
To keep the denominators the same.
Not yet. First rule is always, Jules,
Right up and down.
right up and down. So you would make this 1/8 plus 1/2. And then, Brianna, okay, you need to make what we call common denominators. Okay, you can't just add 1/8 plus 1/2 and say it's 2/10 or whatever that would be. Okay, you need to look at the bottoms. In the book is, you've been doing this in the book for a long time, because the book would say, you know, make both the denominator 8 or whatever. The toughest part of about this probably is figuring out what common denominator should you use. If you have a bottom of 8 and 2, what should the denominator be? What's the easiest number to work with? And in our world, the common denominator, children, should always be the least common multiple that they have. The least common multiple. What is the least common multiple of 2 and 8? What is the smallest thing that both 2 and 8 will go into? What number is that, Elijah? 8. Now, you could use 16, you could use 24, and it'll still work. It just means in the end you're going to have to do a lot more reducing than we'll have to do if we just use 8. So when we do this, you look for the smallest number that the denominators will go into, which is 8. And I need to see this for, you have to make equal fractions now. How do I go from 2 to 8? I multiply by 4, so I have to multiply the top by 4. 8 already is 8, so that's like multiplying by 1. And then when you get your common denominators, you can add the tops or subtract whatever you're supposed to do, and your answer is 5/8. Okay, so that's step 3. You need to add or subtract tops. And you need to then keep the bottom the same. I think we did this already. You've already got this on your papers. And the last thing we always do with fractions is what we call simplify them, which means reduce, change them from mixed to improper, or change from improper to mixed, reduce, blah, blah, blah. And that really, children, is all 3 lessons put together. They just kind of separate it, believe it or not, that. Now, we're not quite done, but another example of this would be this. If you are supposed to compare 3/8 to 1/2, or anytime you're asked to compare fractions, okay, no more do you draw pictures. No more pictures. You're not going to sketch these out, okay, because that's just based on you being able to sketch things. You will do the same thing as when you add them. You need to make common denominators. In other words, it's going to be the same thing as if you were adding them together. What would be your common denominator between 8 and 2? We already did this, Jaden. It is 8. So you're going to change both of them so their bottoms are 8. This one already has 8, so it doesn't change. You multiply 2 by what to get 8? 4. So you multiply the top by 4. It ends up being that. And now it's 3/8 compared to 4/8. Which one is bigger? 4/8. So you don't draw the pictures anymore. That's kind of a kindergarten, first grade. Another one. What about 2/3 compared to 3/4? What's your common denominator of 3 and 4? What's the smallest thing that 3 and 4 will both go into, Brooklyn? I can. What's the smallest thing that 3 and 4 will go into? Brooklyn, Peterson? 12. So 12 is your bottom number. And again, both of these are gonna change. 3 times 4 is 12, so 2 times 4 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12, so 3 times 3 is 9. And which one is bigger? 9 12s. So no more do we draw pictures. Did I say that already? I apologize for the redundancy, but that's just the way it works. Now look, I'm actually gonna take a problem right up from page lesson 57. The last lesson you did was what?
4.
Perfect, here we go, I'm gonna let you do this one. 5, 6 plus 2/3, please do this for me. 5, 6 plus 2/3. You're on the clock, let's see if you can figure this one out. On your own, with no help from me. Add 5, 6 plus 2/3, please. Let's take a quick view under here. I'm guessing everybody wrote it up and down after that, all that. Now, what did you get for a common denominator? Elijah?
1 2/3.
What?
1 2/3.
What did you get for a common denominator, Elijah? You're probably right. Did anybody use something besides 6? Come on, somebody up there did, I'm sure. Nobody used 12? No, you can. I'm just gonna say you can do it. In the end, it just means more reducing. You'll probably still get the same answer. Okay, but 6, we always want to try to use the smallest one to keep the numbers as small as possible. So 6 times 1 is 6, 5 times 1 is 5, 3 times 2 is 6, so 2 times 2 is 4. You add 4, 6, and 5, 6, or 5, 6, and 4, 6. You get 9, 6, and that's where the whole simplifying part comes in. We talked about this the other day. It's your choice whether you want to change it to a mixed number first or reduce it first. I kind of like to reduce first. I divide both top and bottom by 3, which gives me 3 over 2. Is that right? And your answer should have been 1.5. Did I do that wrong? Or did Elijah, did you get that? Did you do something? Did you get it right? You said 1.16, right? Or something.
1 2/3.
Where did you go wrong? Did
I just did put down 6.
Okay. How many people got it right? Alright, how many people didn't use 6 and still got it right? Do you know why you didn't get it right if you didn't get it right?
I was still in the process of trying to reduce it. So.
Yeah. But you, what did you use, 12 or, yeah, if you use 12, you end up with what, 18 12s. Not a big deal, it just makes your work a little bit harder. Perfect, alright, 4